Today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, how to make money on YouTube. More specifically, how to get your YouTube channel monetized, how to become eligible for the YouTube Partner Program, what the monetization process is, and how you can reach those eligibility requirements as fast as possible. If we haven't met yet though, I'm Kate. I'm a passive income educator here on YouTube, and you may not be aware that I have another channel, which is just my name, Kate Hayes, and over there my content that I share specifically centers around selling on Etsy, digital products, physical products, and print-on-demand products. I started that channel just over 2 years ago now, and we currently have 123,000 subscribers over there, and we're able to monetize that channel just about 4 months in. We've learned a ton about YouTube growth as we've developed that channel over the past 2 years, so I'm super excited today to break this down for you in an easy to understand way so that you can get started soon monetizing your channel and making money on YouTube. Let's go. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kate. I'm a wife, mom, and online business coach, and one of my favorite ways to earn income is passive income by monetizing your YouTube channel. It wasn't all that long ago when I was in your shoes looking at starting my own YouTube channel and really wondering, how does this whole process work? I really want to make money from my YouTube channel, but had no clue how monetization worked, and was honestly a little bit intimidated when I found out about those eligibility requirements. I didn't know if I would ever get there, but fast forward 2 years later, I'm so glad that I jumped in when I did. And I can now tell you it is totally possible. All you need is a little bit of the right strategy to grow quickly and to get to the point where you can start putting ads on your videos and earning for those ad views. So today, like I mentioned before, I'm sharing exactly what YouTube monetization is, how you can make money from your channel, what the whole process of getting monetized is, as well as my top 6 tips for growing fast on YouTube so you can meet those requirements to get monetized sooner. And you want to make sure to watch all the way through to the very end because at the end, I'm throwing in a really special bonus tip that's sort of like what my secret sauce has been over the past 2 years. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. So first, let's talk about why YouTube. Why is YouTube so great? In my opinion, I love using YouTube as sort of the hub of my business ecosystem because it serves a lot of different purposes. Not only can I make money on the actual videos I'm putting up on YouTube, which is what we're breaking down today, but in addition to that, I can also be using it for affiliate marketing and as an entry point for my sales funnel that leads to my digital course. So it's really smart, especially if you want to build your business beyond just being a content creator, for you to start building your audience on a platform like YouTube that can serve those multiple purposes as you build and scale your business as a whole. Now, I have other videos on this channel talking about those different passive income streams like digital courses and affiliate marketing, but today's video is specifically about growth on YouTube. So let's get into the nitty-gritty here. Okay, first, just so we're really clear, let's talk about what we mean by YouTube monetization. When we're talking about YouTube monetization, we're talking about having a YouTube channel that can actually make money and earn revenue from the content and the videos that are uploaded to that channel. This happens through ads that are placed on your videos from advertisers that are paying YouTube to be placed on videos. Now, not all channels are eligible for this, only certain ones are, and they have to apply to be accepted with the YouTube Partner Program. So eligible channels that apply and are approved are then considered YouTube partners in the YouTube Partner Program. They can then add monetization to their videos, which means that ads will be showing on their videos. So when a viewer views a video from one of those channels, they're also viewing the ads that are placed on those videos, and that channel creator gets a cut of what YouTube is being paid by those advertisers for every ad view that comes in on their videos. So when you're monetized on your YouTube backend, you'll see something called CPM and RPM. CPM is the rate that your channel is getting paid per 1,000 ad views. CPM stands for cost per mil, and that's the amount that your channel is getting paid per 1,000 ad views before YouTube takes their cut. The RPM is actually what you're getting paid after YouTube takes their cut of the full amount. So the CPM and RPM will change from channel to channel. It's not the same across the board. It really varies depending on what your channel topic and subject matter are. Advertisers actually look at this when looking at which channels they want to advertise on, and they're likely to pay more to advertise on a channel that has a certain type of audience that's more likely and ready to purchase something, as opposed to a channel that has an audience that's probably not in the same place of being likely to purchase something. So for instance, a channel that has an audience of mostly entrepreneurs who are ready ready to purchase things to start their business might have a higher CPM rate than a family vlog channel that may not have an audience that's quite as motivated to make purchases. So just to make this really clear, it's not up to you as the channel creator to determine what your CPM is. It's something that's automatically set by YouTube depending on what your content is, and it can change and vary over time. Now, I will say across the board, your upload frequency and consistency has a lot to do with your success and your growth on YouTube. It seems like common sense, but it's totally true that the more consistent you are and the more frequently you upload, the more videos are out there, the higher your likelihood is to earn more. All right, next, let's talk monetization eligibility. So like I mentioned before, not all channels are eligible for the YouTube Partner Program. There are some requirements, the main ones being that you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and at least 4,000 public watch hours on your channel in the last 365 days to become eligible. Now, this is a rolling 365 days. So for instance, if you reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours on September 20th, they're going to be looking at the last 365 days from September 20th of the last year to make sure those have come in within that time frame. So it doesn't necessarily start on January 1st every year. It's just the previous 365 days on a rolling basis. Now remember, that's 4,000 watch hours, not minutes. So when you look at your analytics in your YouTube studio, you'll see it in terms of minutes. You need to make sure that you're remembering this is watch hours. So it is quite a bit of public watch time that you're going to have to be racking up. Obviously, the more videos you have, the more likely you are to get there quickly. Now, as you're just beginning and you're growing, you can see your stats and your analytics to see how well you're doing, how close you are to this mark in your YouTube backend, which is called your YouTube Studio. So if you go into your YouTube Studio, you can click on monetization and see what your stats are currently. And then you can also click the option for YouTube to notify you when you become eligible to apply for the YouTube Partner Program. Now, one thing you have to have in place in order to be part of the YouTube Partner Program is Google AdSense. This is how YouTube is going to pay you and place ads on your videos through Google AdSense. So one thing you can do while you're waiting to become eligible is to go ahead and apply for Google AdSense. You don't have to wait until you're eligible to apply. You can go ahead and get that done in the meantime, which will help things move faster. Now, if you already have a blog, you may already have a Google AdSense account if you already have ads placed on a blog. And if you do already have one, then that's fine. They'll be connected. You don't have to create a new account for YouTube. But if you don't have Google AdSense at all, you want to go ahead and apply for this because it can take a few weeks for Google AdSense to be approved. I'll put the link below that you'll need to go to start your application process for Google AdSense if you feel like you're ready to go ahead and start that. Now, once you have reached 1,000 subscribers and your 4,000 public watch hours, you are eligible. So that is a really exciting feeling, and you want to go ahead and apply for that YouTube Partner Program as soon as you're eligible. There are a few really easy steps that you go through to apply for that. And once you have officially applied, YouTube puts your channel under review. They're going to be checking some things on their end to make sure that your channel is a good fit for the program. And this review process varies from channel to channel, but it can take up to a few weeks. So don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen right away. You can always email the YouTube support team after you apply to let them know that you've applied and ask if there's anything else that you can do to make the process move smoothly. Now, once YouTube has reviewed your channel and you're officially approved, there's a few things that'll happen next. YouTube will need to get your bank account information and your W-9 for being able to make direct deposits into your account and for tax purposes. And they'll also mail you a physical paper in the mail with a verification code. This is just so that they can verify that you are indeed a real person and your mailing address is correct for future tax forms that they may need to send you. They'll then deposit a really small amount, like maybe a couple cents, into your bank account just to make sure that it's set up the right way and that you are all set up to start receiving your monthly direct deposit. Now, the way YouTube pays out is for the previous month. They'll pay out around the 21st to the 25th of the following month. So for instance, your total amount for May will be paid into your bank account somewhere between June 20th and June 25th. Your payment for October will come into your bank account somewhere between November 20th and 25th. So once you're officially part of the program and you start earning, you'll receive your first paycheck on the first full month after you become part of the program. All right, so that's a basic overview of how this whole process works, but I know you want some of those really juicy tips on how to actually get to those eligibility requirements faster. We want to get that 1,000 subscribers, the 4,000 watch hours. It can seem like a monumental task when you're first starting, but let me tell you, there are some secrets that are going to get you there quickly and that I'm excited to share with you right now. But first, if you're getting value value out of this video, consider subscribing to the channel. We release new videos on passive income strategy, YouTube growth, affiliate marketing, digital course sales, all the fun things every single week. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and your notification bell so you don't miss any of that new exciting content. Okay, here are my top 6 tips for growing your channel and getting there faster. And don't forget to watch all the way to the end for that pro bonus tip. Tip number 1 is to pick a specific niche or category. You may have heard this before. This is pretty common advice that you'll hear about YouTube growth, but I can't tell you how true it is and how important it is that you get specific from the very beginning about what kind of content you're going to be putting on your channel. You don't want to be all over the place because that's super confusing for people and they want to learn from or be entertained by or inspired by the expert or the one who seems to specialize in that specific subject or topic. So for instance, if I'm just going on YouTube as a viewer because I want to be entertained and I want to laugh, I'm going to go to that channel that I know has that kind of content as opposed to the channel that might have a little bit of funny stuff, but then they also have educational content and inspirational content. I'm most likely going to gravitate towards the one that is the most entertaining and the most funny because that's what I'm coming to consume. Similarly, if I'm a business owner that's wanting business advice, I'm not likely going to go to a family vlogging channel to try to find that. I'm going to go to those channels with the business experts where I know that's what they specialize in, that's what they do. I want to learn from the expert. So you want to become known for one main thing. This also helps YouTube's algorithm to quickly identify what kind of channel you are and who your target audience is to then know who the right person is to push your videos out to. So you want to pick one main niche for your channel, and then I would recommend underneath that, sort of as subcategories, to pick 3 different content pillars, which would be sort of like sub niches within your main niche. So for instance, for this channel, my main topic for this channel is passive income, right? I teach all about passive income and different strategies for earning passive income. But underneath that, I sort of have 3 main pillars that I focus on, which would be YouTube growth, affiliate marketing, and digital course sales. All of those fit within my main topic of passive income, but now I have 3 more specific things that I can rotate between talking about in my videos. The more willing you are to niche down and do it from the very beginning, the quicker YouTube will identify your channel correctly and start to promote it to the right people, helping you to grow faster. Okay, tip number 2 is to increase your average view duration. Your average view duration, or sometimes it's also called your audience retention rate, is a specific analytic that YouTube takes into account when promoting your videos. So YouTube wants to see a longer average view duration per video, which means that your viewers are not just dropping off after 30 seconds or a minute, but they're staying around for longer and viewing the majority of your video. Now, not every viewer is going to stay and watch every single one of your videos all the way through. That's just not how it works, but you can do certain things to increase that average view duration on each of your videos. So a few things you can do here. Number 1 is you want to make sure you're producing quality content. And what I mean by this is content that doesn't seem unprofessional, but it seems really quality to the viewer. There's a lot that goes into quality content, but things that you can do easily from the beginning are making sure that you're using a good camera, making sure that your lighting setup is really good. You never want to be filming in a dim room with no lighting. And just as important is your microphone. You want to make sure that the audio on your video is clear and crisp and pleasant to listen to. There's nothing else that'll make a viewer click off of a video quicker than bad quality audio. Now, another thing you can do is to make your videos more intriguing and interesting with your editing style. So these are things like quick cuts, text on screen, using B-roll, which is like footage that you overlay over your main video, videos and screen recordings and screenshots that are demonstrating what you're talking about, using captivating music and sound effects. Now, quick note here, when you're using music and sound effects, you want to make sure that you're using copyright-free music. You can't just use anything. You have to use music that is royalty or copyright-free. Otherwise, you'll get a strike on your channel from YouTube, and nobody wants that, right? The place that I have used from the very beginning, and I love it for copyright-free music and amazing sound effects, is Epidemic Sound. I'm going to link them below if you want a free trial to try out Epidemic Sound. Click on that link. I think you're going to love them. Look through the different types of music and sound effects, and using some really cool audio elements like that will make your videos more intriguing and cause your viewers to watch for longer. Another thing you can do here to make it interesting is to mention something in the beginning of your video to keep your viewers watching all the way to the end. Give them something to look forward to or a reason to stick around and watch the whole thing. This could be mentioning that you have a bonus tip at the end. This could be a big reveal that you're going to show at the end, something that captivates their attention and incentivizes them to stick around for longer. All right, our next tip is to increase your click-through rate. In addition to your average view duration, consideration, the YouTube algorithm also looks at your click-through rate, which is the amount that people actually click through on the thumbnail to watch the video. So the higher your click-through rate, the more the YouTube algorithm will take notice of your video and push it out to be viewed by more people. So this comes down to having a click-worthy thumbnail and a really interesting title. Now I could do a whole nother video on exactly what makes a click-worthy thumbnail, but in general, you want to pique their interest, you want it to be clear and concise, and you want it to create some curiosity or intrigue so they click through to find out what the video is. This can include things like really bold text with shadows or outlines around it. It can include a picture of your face with a really interesting facial expression. There's a lot of research that has gone into what makes a great thumbnail, but you want it to be something that people just can't pass up. You also want to have a really great title that again creates some curiosity within people and also describes what your video is about clearly using some of your keyword phrases. Okay, our next tip is to make longer videos. It seems like it would be common sense, but it needs to be said, the longer your videos, the more likely people are to be watching more minutes and more hours, and your watch time is going to rack up faster as opposed to if you had videos that are like a minute or two long each. I'd suggest you make full-length videos that are at least 10 minutes long to encourage people to keep watching and to get to that watch time faster. Now, a benefit to this later on when you get monetized is that with longer videos, you can actually place more ads in the middle of them, whereas shorter videos cannot have mid-roll ads. So the longer your videos, the more ads can be placed in them. And then when you do become monetized, your channel will be already full of longer videos that you can place all those ads in, making more money from more ads. Okay, tip number 5 to grow fast is to use smart SEO. If you're not familiar with the term SEO, that stands for search engine optimization. And because YouTube is a search engine, it has an algorithm whose job it is to match the right videos with the right viewers. The way it does this is by looking at the keywords that the channel and the video are using to describe themselves and matching it with the people that are searching for those same keywords within their phrase. So you want to put some research into your tags and your titles and your description on your videos to make sure that you're using highly searched keyword phrases. You want to match those as closely as possible in those 3 places. So when you're uploading your video, you want to make sure that those same keyword phrases are used within your description. You want to make sure they're in your tag section. You want to make sure the top most important 1 or 2 of those phrases are used in your title. And you also actually want to say those phrases throughout your video. I know it seems crazy, but the algorithm is smart enough to be able to pick up on what you're saying in your video as well, and it uses that for ranking purposes. You also want to make sure in your channel settings that you're putting channel keywords as well, because that goes into SEO and that will help the algorithm identify what kind of channel you are and who your viewers should be. Now, there's an amazing tool that you can use to do this kind of keyword research. It's called VidIQ, and that's what I use to be able to be really smart about my SEO. And I'm able to see analytics on different keyword phrases to tell which ones are most highly searched on the platform. I'm going to link VidIQ in the description box below if you'd like to check that out. Okay, our next tip is to study successful YouTube creators. It's always smart to study the way people do things, especially if they are people that have had success in a certain area or field that you're wanting to go into. Now, this doesn't mean that we're copying everything that YouTuber does. We're just taking inspiration and ideas from things like their editing style, their thumbnail style, what topics they're making videos about, their titles and descriptions and music. I always say leaders are learners, and you can never stop learning from the people that have had success and that have done it really well before you. So don't be afraid to take a deeper look at your favorite YouTubers and the people that have channels that you want yours to be like. Take inspiration from them and then put your own flair or your own spin on it to make it better and to make it uniquely you. All right, I'm about to spill the beans on this bonus tip, but first I want to let you know I have a free passive income blueprint that is a guide all about passive income. If you're just starting out and you're wanting to know how to make passive income, how to diversify your revenue by adding these different passive income streams onto your business, and what my top 3 recommendations for passive income streams are, this is a free guide that'll walk you through all the basics of getting started on your passive income journey. So that'll be linked below if you want to grab that after watching this video. Okay, I know you're ready for this bonus tip, so here it is. In every single video, add a call to action. A CTA or a call to action is something that you're specifically asking your viewer to do in your video. There are a lot of different types of calls to action, but whatever engagement you can get on your video will help promote it in the algorithm. YouTube likes to see that people are engaging with and being interested in your video, and they're not likely to do it unless you give them a call to action or ask them specifically to engage with your video in some way. So here's a few ways that you can do this. Number one is the most commonly seen. You can ask them in the video to do whatever you're wanting them to do. Give your video a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, comment something specific below. You can also add your own comment and pin it to the top of the comment section, asking them a question to respond to, like something related to your video. So I might say, what's your biggest pain point with passive income? What's your biggest frustration with YouTube growth? Whatever your niche or your topic is talking about in that video, add your own comment and pin it to the top, encouraging people to respond to your question in the comments. Increase your average view duration by calling people out at the end of your video to follow through to another video from the end screen. You want to keep them watching your videos as long as possible, and this doesn't have to just stop with the one video they're on. YouTube takes into account their whole watch session. So if they go from one of your videos to the next, this increases their watch session and will really help boost your channel with the algorithm. So at the end of your video, you can put an end card up while you're still talking that has the other video linked on the end card, and you can say something like, if you're interested in this, click over to this video to watch whatever the topic is, and tell them a little bit about it. You could also create a playlist on your channel that you can link on your end card as well. So a playlist would be even better because they're going from one to the next, watching several videos in a row around a certain topic they're interested in. So whether it's encouraging them to hop over and watch another video or a playlist at the end, commenting, liking, subscribing, or responding to the question in your pinned comment, there are a lot of different ways you can add calls to action in your video, but you just want to make sure to do at least one in every single video to increase engagement. Now that being said, I'm going to tell you about a video that you might be interested in, which is my video on how much I've made on YouTube so far this year from my main channel and what my other two passive income streams are in addition to my YouTube revenue. If you're interested in watching that and the details about how I built up those passive income streams, you can click on the square on the screen right now and hop over to watch that video. Bye, friends.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking.